skvaller, påhopp, beröm och fantasiskapelse. Den subkulturella kanalen.
Vinnaren i dagens demotävling får reda på i Bit för bit nästa måndag, där även nya talanger visar upp sig.
Alright, whatever, let's... Hey, it's time for video games. Hey, everybody. Okay, so I've got a stack of old Xbox games I've been wanting to play. I'm gonna put some more time in on Nier. I don't know if it's time for me to give up on playing the first one, because it feels right, but whatever, I'm gonna do it. People like it, so. Got a kind of a Deadly Premonition vibe so far, which I dig. That, like, just barely enough to be functional, but still weird as hell kind of thing. Thanks, RJ Dio, Duck on Drugs, and Chris for the resubs. Appreciate all that. How do you have your Xbox stream set up? Is this on 360? It is on 360. It's just going into an Elgato Cups, which is like a USB capture device, and then that's going into my PC, and then I'm combining that, or I'm using that through OBS on my computer. This has gameplay. Yeah, I remember playing it. Yeah, no spoilers. Is there supposed to be talking right now? Oh, wait. Wait a minute. No? There's supposed to be sound. Why is there no sound? What's going on? There was definitely sound before, and now there isn't any. What the... Well, okay. Give me a second, guys. I'll throw it back to the weird bumper things, and then I'll troubleshoot this. Because, yeah, I'm not getting anything. So, haha, 1 second. Okay. I totally have sound now, so... Unless it just went away. Why did my outfit changed again? Whatever. Man, who cares? Avatars are gone. Long gone. It's all about amiibos now. So I've got an array of beverages. I have Gamer Fuel, Vanilla Coke Zero. I also have the star of the evening, a Crayon Blaster Buzzball. Because Crayon Blaster is the coolest thing you can say. Coolest two words that can appear back to back. Okay, sound is definitely going through now. Yeah, you guys were saying there were spoilers in the intro movie? That's cool. I don't know that I'm going to be able to follow the story enough to even be spoiled. I don't remember a thing about it. Your camera's off? Cutting the top of your head off. Really? And my framing, it looks fine. I may have been leaning forward or something. Not a video game question, but what are your thoughts on Jean-Claude Van Johnson and the Tick reboot? Haven't seen either. Well, I'd be at RTX this Austin. Of course. Yes, we'll all be at RTX.
Vice, you dumbass!
Right.
Start making sense.
No, so I've at least heard of the Tick remake or the new series or whatever. I need to watch it because I liked both the cartoon and the live-action one with Patrick Warburton. So, alright. I'm not going to remember how to play. And I remember being kind of funky. Oh yeah, Laura Bailey. Yeah. She's good. Did she do, did she do Mass Effect Andromeda? I don't know. Oh, you had to scroll. You were scroll down on your browser? That's cool, man. Believe me, I've made far stupider mistakes in my lifetime. What's the premise of this game? Imp laughs. I don't know how to answer that. Also, nice to see you, Imp. I feel like it's been a long time. The story is convoluted. There was a stage play of this game that's canon. Yeah. Jesus Christ. I've got a lot of chords going on here. People, it seems like Japanese games find an audience that has a lot of endurance for distributed narrative and hyper-complicated narrative. Mostly I'm referring to Kingdom Hearts, but...
Say.
But yeah, it's interesting. They seem to find success dividing stuff up in a fucking Homestuck kind of way. There's a lot of some art going on down here. Make sure that everything looks good. Okay, frame rates look fine. Twitch looks like it's behaving so far, so that's good.
Hello, dearie.
It is kind of, I shouldn't blame it on Twitch. It may actually just be my apartment complex. It wouldn't surprise me if when everybody comes home and starts using Netflix that it just some weird shit starts going on with my connection. I don't know what I'm doing. Fuck, man, it's gonna take me a while to figure this out again. Still gotta help with lag delay when streaming. If I streamed my Xbox One to PC through the Xbox app, I'd need a second monitor since I don't have Connect to see chat and stuff. When I do that, there's a 5-second or so delay. Yes? Probably. The Elgato is a pass-through, so it adds virtually no lag. The signal that you're getting, your display should also not be laggy if it's passing through. So, yes, it is. You can both stream and play through a single console without lag with an Elgato. At least that's been my experience. Angelic says, should I get Prey for full price on PC or for sale on PS4? Playing on PC be that much better. Depends how good the sale is. The PC version's good. It runs well. I haven't had a single problem with it. Controls all work.
How you doing?
Hi there, buddy. Am I going north? I don't know what I'm doing. I don't remember the buttons. I remember that it's kind of like a bullet hell sometimes. Keep an eye out for when it goes on sale. I can deal with the lag if I eventually start streaming for now. Okay. I don't know, man. Lag kind of drives you crazy after a while. It's something you can deal with, but it certainly doesn't make it fun. I can't stand it. That's one of the reasons I didn't put that much time into Last Guardian. The game itself is just so laggy, all the inputs and stuff. You're basically playing the game with like a half-second of lag at all times. It's fun. That's gonna play Destiny 2? Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine we wouldn't. I don't know about... If you're asking just like... Will we as humans play it? Yeah. Will it be content? I don't know. Probably. Seems like it's gonna be a big release, so... Kingdom Hearts is still an easy story to follow if you actually make an effort to. Depends what you mean by make an effort, Angelic. Because playing all the video games, all of them, is well beyond an effort, I think. I think it's reasonable to expect somebody to pay attention to a given game and what that game tells you. I think it's a little unreasonable to require a very detail-oriented memory and like twisting timelines and stuff across multiple games to put all that stuff together. Thank you for the tip, Flogenberger. Sorry, my throat's a little cloudy right now. I don't know why. Not enough buzz balls. Yeah, I haven't even opened this yet. Actually, wait. I'm gonna wait until I figure out what I'm supposed to do in this game, and then I'll crack open my Cran Blaster. What's up, Meltdown? Oh yeah, Jumbo Shrimp, you saw something on Battle.net about Destiny 2 and I was confused. Yeah, not a lot of people remember. Activision and Blizzard are the same company. And it doesn't surprise me that Activision would try and find a way to not have to pay revenue share to Steam for digital sales. Activision, they're usually pretty aggressive when it comes to... Let me think of a delicate way to phrase this. Finding revenue opportunities within their current lineup, their current setup. They were one of the first people to go from 50 to 60, PC and AAA. They kind of pushed all that stuff. It wouldn't surprise... I'm surprised it took so long. I actually would have guessed they'd have their own digital distribution platform by now. But I guess they have it with Battle.net or Blizzard.net, or whatever they're calling it. This is a prequel to Nier Automata, I guess, Cal? I'm not the expert to ask about that. There's a map, right? Yes. Does X mean I go there? Or can't go there? Well, I guess I'll go to the X. It's the only thing that's colored, so... Is there a sprint? Let's attack. Guard. Assassin's Creed Origins is supposed to have a live service, but not sure if it's like Unity, competitive, Ghost Recon, or other service. Yeah. Gorzilla, thank you for the Prime sub. Is this from the Assassin's Creed universe? No, but I was thinking about playing Origin. Or sorry, not Origins. Unity, the one I still need to finish. What game did Activision first push to $60? It was a Call of Duty. Was it Black Ops 2 on PC? This was a while ago. This was like 2009 or 10? Didn't Bungie separate from Activision? Well, they were never part of Activision. And it's Destiny, their first game since separating. Yes. So, okay, so... Microsoft published Halo. And they had a really close relationship. But Bungie didn't want to be first-party exclusive. Even though Microsoft owns the Halo brand, the IP. Sorry, I was probably supposed to read what that said. Don't need to go up quite yet. Alright. So, they partnered with Activision to publish Destiny for every console. So it takes place 1 million years before Automata. Yeah, it's something like that. So there's an X here. Is that just where I came from? Your name's Booty Hole? Oh, I guess it is. I don't remember that. Oh. That was where I was supposed to go. Okay.
Hey.
That means... Oh, baby. You played any Tales of Berseria? I played, I think, the first 10 minutes. I really haven't played that long. Huh. Trying to make tea at 4 a.m. without waking everybody? It depends what kind of kettle you have. Does it ding? Does it have that little lever that pops up real loud? Because that might wake people up. What is this game like? Zerby, you're kind of figuring it out as I do. I don't really know what this game's about either. Oh, booty hole. Oh, Samurai Jack starting? Nice. So, God Automata do you have? I have the, It's the... Hold on. I don't remember. Elgato HD60, I think is what I use. There is an Elgato HD60S. I think it's just smaller. But, yeah, the HD60 is probably what you want, because it can do 1080p 60. The older ones can only do 1080p 30. And that's how you get wonderful 60 FPS. Blah, 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 blah. Just upgraded my computer, beat Prey. Should this be my next buy? This is not on PC. Everyone loves Nier Automata, though, which is a different game. I don't know about that one. I couldn't tell you. If you really liked Prey, let me think. If you have a tolerance for older games, you could try System Shock 2 or the original Deus Ex. Those are kind of like Prey, or getting close to Prey level of complexity. HD60S is the same size but has USB 3 and reduces input lag. Cool. I guess input lag to the capture, because yeah, capture's about a half second behind, but the pass-through's pretty fine. What's up, Just Core? Hey. What was Prey about again? What, the original? You gonna play Nier Automata? Yeah, Brainworm, that's the idea. I told myself I'd play this one to kind of just have played it, just know what it's like. So that's the plan, is that I finish Nier and then I can go on to Nier Automata. Oh, you tired, Jess? Dang. I almost made it through the first episode of My Hero Academia, which, it's starting to reveal its character more. It's funny, I'm giving, like, multi-step reviews of the first episode because it only takes me, like, 8 minutes to eat. Isn't this game long as hell because of all the different endings? Yeah, people say that I'm supposed to play it, like, 4 times or whatever. I'm not. I'm just gonna play it the one. And then I can look up the other endings on YouTube if I give a shit. Yeah, Automata's combat. That's kind of the thing I'm curious about. Seems like it has a cool, combat system. At least that's what everybody seems to say. Nier Automata's in my top 5 games now. It's incredible and mind-blowing. Really? Some people, I mean, so it's interesting. The reactions to Automata seem to go from, this game is really good, to this is one of the best games I've ever played. And that's what makes me really excited to play it, because I feel like everybody can recognize a game that's really good. And I feel like the difference between a game that's really good and a game that's just one, like, top 10 of all time is whether or not it resonates with your personal tastes. And I think Automata will. I mean, it's got a big booty robot, so... Do you have an interest in The Surge? Yes, Zerbia. I actually played it, and I really like it. I was thinking about streaming it later. I was trying to stream it on Thursday, but yeah, it's, I mean, it is beat for beat Dark Souls, but it's good. It's a good Dark Souls, so I'm down. Super Bunhop did a great video on this game, and he covered the plot well. Oh, okay, fine, man. Is that like a watch this before you play Automata, or after you play Automata type video? What's up, Frankie?
Hey.
It's been a while. Looks like, Twitch is going smooth as shit tonight. So, creamy, some would say. Playing this before Automata is a really good idea, even if you only watch it once. Interesting. Some of the plot stuff reminds me of, like, old JRPGs and how airy and ethereal they would be. Partially because they just didn't have the memory to tell you everything, and the other portion was translation errors kind of made it really weird. Wizard! What's up, man? It has been a while. What you been up to? Wooden bridge. Oh, I gotta go fix a bridge. Beat up some shades. But yeah, I was kind of... Oh, Drew and Jackie, thank you for the tip. I was, just trying to decide what to stream, and then I realized that, like, I've got a lot of stuff on Xbox. Been meaning to play through. There's, like, the DLC for Layers of Fear. I was hoping to play that through. That was Stephanie, though. Assassin's Creed. I'm still behind by 2 games. What was the other one? Oh yeah, Life is Strange. You know, it's season 2, so might as well get through the first one. That was one of the first videos I uploaded to YouTube. Not that I count that as a video. We'll say archive, because that's really all it is. It's weird. I'm feeling a growing sense of unease not, like, programming my YouTube channel. Not, like, making interesting thumbnails or titling videos. I promised myself it'd be a thing I don't care about, but I don't think I can help myself. Been busy with school and stuff. Also gotten into debate and shit. It's been interesting. Awesome. That sounds really cool, dude. I'm glad to hear you're out there doing it. Jiggleup's been... It's been forever feeling. I've been so... Oh, okay. I've been busy with schooling the past few months, but it's finals week this coming week. I'll be able to be a regular viewer again. That's cool. Oh, yeah, I hear you, Julian. Gotta play Little Nightmares. Yes, I want to finish that. I actually streamed that a bit. Last week, I think. It's really good, though. The world you're in reminds me of Shadow of the Colossus. I can see that. The sort of desaturated grass, the plains and stuff like that. Yeah. Oh. Thank you for those Twitch pennies, Jiggleips. They should, man. Surely somebody set up like a Twitch farm, right? Or he gets his friends to just watch ads over and over again, and then they tip all of that bits to him while he's streaming or something, and then they just like go out and eat burgers or something. I guess everyone's still making money, so that's not a bad thing. Huh. So, Angus Buster. You have an Angus Buster, I have a Cran Buster. Come on. I'm trying to frame that up. There we go. Also, I don't think my... Oh, Cran Blaster, I fucked it up. I don't know if my, Oh, yeah. Gotta up your YouTube game, man. Adam's barely been putting in work. Yeah, he has. Oh, Floggenberger, thank you for the Twitch Prime sub. Thank you for the quarter, Feynman. Yeah, no, he has. He's good at it. He's good at thumbnails. He's good at making content. He's good at editing. Adam is a phenom. And he puts in the time, too. That's the other thing. I just chose not to. But, I don't know. It's hard to fight it. I don't have enough time to play all the video games I want. Casket Salesman asks, have you played any Raw Furies game? Like Donner, Dundara, Kingdom 2 Crowns? No, I haven't heard of any of those, actually. I don't know what dodge is. Okay, it's right trigger. Is there a lock on? There's guard, I guess. Okay. I hope there's an in-game resource for tutorials or something, because I know there's mechanics here, or at least there used to be. You hold X for a thing. The music is pretty sweet, though. Oh, you're not dead. I'm just gonna get up forever. Kinson, you just watched NXT TakeOver in Chicago. Cool. I'm doing pretty good. Sipping on my buzzball. Just love saying that. That's quality branding right there. Alright. Yeah, the music is pretty sweet. Hope that stays. Mm-hmm. Frankie, your memory is correct. I started this game a long time ago. I've never played it since. I'm getting back into it. Wrestling is making you feel things? It's working, Man Mountain. It's work. Oh, shit. Zaxby, what? Started sneezing blood. Gonna have to go back to being literally cripplingly ill. I'm sorry to hear that, dude. Go to a doctor. Get better. Nobody wants you to be, nobody wants you to be wants you to be sick. Oh, Jess. First time you haven't had a horrible bout of depression late at night? Is that usually when it hits? Man, I can't even imagine. To not only have that, but also, like, have it show up at a certain time, so when it starts getting late, you're just like, ugh, I'm gonna start feeling like shit soon. What's up, Kala? Welcome. Welcome to the Buzzabration. I think we've got 6 total. I would have the sack out here as a prop, but then they would all get warm. Maybe I'll just go back and forth.
Oh.
Oh, it's not a full VO, damn. Is this game like Dark Souls? All games are like Dark Souls. I haven't seen the new season of Samurai Jack, Death Accelerated. So I only ever watched Samurai Jack when it was on television, so I never saw all the episodes, so now I feel weird about jumping into a new season. But I guess that's never been a show much about continuity, so I might as well. This guy ever play 14? Yes, I do play Final Fantasy 14. Mr. Scode. They're bringing out a sub-job system in 11 back. Didn't they already have that? Because you can assign abilities. Like, you know, I have Swift Cast, and that's not a white mage ability. What's the Buzzball taste like? Any good? I mean, it's sugary. It's sugary and it tastes like fake cranberry, so. Booyah. Man, I love getting fake paid. She's gonna run off. Depression tends to strike at night when your mind is free to roam and you aren't distracted. Having clinical depression is terrible, and it never goes away. Damn. I guess, yeah. If you just have that empty space for your mind to sort of wander and land on negative things and dwell on them. Oh yeah, Overwatch is doing another free weekend? Yeah, might as well give it a try. Oh man. I guess is that why the comp season is ending? So all the newcomers don't grind up and then flesh out comp with weirdness. Gonna go pissed at Overwatch. Cool, Mr. Shrimp. Thanks for tuning in and good luck out there. You already know you're gonna get pissed, so I can't help you out much. Can't give you any parting wisdom. Hey, Cyborg Centaur. Nice to see you again. That one game with the hot girl. That you're probably thinking of Automata, because yeah, 2B is pretty asslicious. Where am I going now? Home again? Yeah, I don't know if there's a hot girl in this. There is a pretty, like, righteous looking, gnarly old dude. Okay, never mind. He looks way cooler in the art of this game. He looks kind of stupid there. Alright, well. Salamad Grundy. Yes! I think I will play Destiny 2 on PC. I don't know, though. I don't want to, Uh-oh, she ran away. Accidentally discovered a good drink. Apple whiskey and vanilla Coke. That does sound pretty good. You're usually pretty safe when it comes to combining... Like, whiskey Coke is already good base, so, like, if there's already a proven pairing, usually the flavored variants of that pairing tend to work out pretty good. That's what I found, anyway. You picking this game up again just because you wanted to test Twitch? No, I wanted to pick it up again. I wanted to play through it more. Hopefully get to where it actually started. Plus, I guess I was kind of in the mood for something a little older, you know? The hentai about 2B is grade triple S, yeah. Rainbow triple S, I'm sure, Wiser Panda. God bless Dojin culture, huh? People can just do whatever they want with whoever they want. Who cares? Girlfriend and I has just bought our plane tickets to Austin for RTX Sydney? Or to Australia for RTX Sydney. Cool! 2018, huh? They're already selling tickets for that, huh? Oh, Jess, this is before Automata. Haha. This game came out before that. How's ball? Uh-oh. She wants to get her mom back or something. Was the troll a face or a heel? Kinson, that's a really good question. I imagined he would be a heel before I was told he would be a face. So, I originally envisioned and acted as a heel, but then I was told we'd be facing in our match. So, I was like, shit. And I had to kind of soften it a bit. He looks so shiny. Yeah. I put on a face mask and stuff, and now my face is all, like, pinched up. I thought I looked shiny before. I should have, like, toweled off. Probably gonna go do that in a second. Oh, my two go-to games when I want to play old games, I play either Catherine or Bulletstorm. Frankie, those are both two excellent, like, older school picks, for sure. What's up, Devil Driver? Yo, yo.
Damn it, Yona.
Damn it, Yona.
I have to get to the eastern gate.
You just finished Automata? Yes, Dewey? It's become one of my favorites. You're not the first person to say that. And yeah, I wore a face mask. And it is scrub. damn it, Yona. God damn it, Yona. But I gotta get this herb first. If it wasn't a Korean brand, don't talk to me. Alright. Sorry, it wasn't a Korean mask. It was a red wine mask. Stephanie had a spare. What's up, Resonator? My goal is to look like a video game character. I want to look like I'm wrapped in shrink wrap. First I thought you were a heel because you act like a heel on Twitter. Yeah. That was the idea. That was my idea anyway. But didn't go that way. I think it worked out, you know.
I can't believe she really went to the lost shrine.
They had us set up so we would, like, there were people who would be even more unsportsmanlike. Like, they would out-heal us, specifically me. So, oh, Tony Mully is Korean. Well, I don't know if that's the brand I threw the package away, so. You seen anything regarding Black and White Bushido? It's a local multiplayer version of that light and dark fight scene in Samurai Jack. No. That sounds really cool. Will the troll join in the ranks of our Discord resident cool heel stable Poppy Gun? I don't know. I think the troll is a loner. I think he doesn't join stables. He didn't even know. No, I didn't. Stephanie took it out of the package and put it on my face. I'm supposed to look at that stuff? I'm like, dude, I don't care. I'm fat and ugly. What else do you use to play a lot on 360? Oh, what did I? I played the Dead Space series a lot. Played Res HD. Geometry Wars. And 360 was pretty much my lead gaming platform back then, so like all the Mass Effects, all of the Assassin's Creeds, all those big AAA franchises from that era kind of played through on 360 as well. I have a pretty impressive gamer score to show for it, but ever since like Xbox One, haven't really played on Xbox all that much. Ooh. Kevin Pratt, thank you for the Twitch Prime sub. Oh, Geometry Wars is backwards compatible? Oh, maybe I'll play it. I never did get that. Well, in the first one, I never got that achievement for getting to 2 million without dying. Res is a pretty good way to spend an hour. Yeah, Scout. I was getting up into, I was climbing the boards on the score tack. I was in the top 100 for most of the levels. Top 50 for most, now that I think about it. Man, this music is intense. What, like the ladders? The ladders that are right there? Yeah, it's a bummer. I kind of wish... Man, how cool would it be if Microsoft, like... If there was some way through Windows to get like achievements on every game, or unify, like I would love a service that unifies all achievement services, but you don't get the comparisons there. It's not the, at least in America when Xbox came out, achievements were like the only thing really doing what they were doing. This low-key reminds you of Devil May Cry 4. I guess I could see that. I don't think it's going to be quite as righteous. Where do you fall on the pronunciation of Automata? I mean, it's the word. Automata is a word. I guess now that I think about it, I've never really heard anyone else ever say that out loud, so... I suppose I could just be making it up in my head. Pick it up. What do you... What's the... What? Oh, wait. Did I... Does that mean I got them? Hold on. I have 10 of them, I guess. Oh, yeah, Frankie. Automata? I thought it was Automata. Oh, Automata? That doesn't make any sense. I mean, it's automaton. That's the word. There's a debate on Gwitch, please, between automata and automata. The emphasis is on the second syllable, automata. That's automaton. That's how you... Again, maybe this is just me making it up, but I'm pretty sure that's how you say it. Also, you can't just look it up. I don't know, man. Yeah, I need those OXM points. To be bad. Down to 175, feel better than I did at 190, 195. Tad stronger before I cut, but I feel better overall. Just trying to cut a lot of body fat. Awesome. Man, there's no better feeling than being in a smaller wrapper, you know? Just like everything feels more self-contained. You just don't feel as like a loose and floaty. I feel like a core-connected human. It's pretty cool. I actually, pistachios, I have not played Automata. That's why I'm playing this. I wanna get through it if I can. It's pretty good camera work. I like that. Automata. It's pronounced Tomater. Yeah. Ooh-wee. Achievements trophies are one of the strangest things brought to video games. It changed player behavior a lot, and that's kind of what I found so fascinating about it. Not the magical tree. Oh, you're right about the pronunciation. I'm being intentionally misleading. Good. Being a little digital trickster with all your cunning ruses. Yep. Who built this place? Alright, let me see. So that's an herb. Does that mean I get it? Is it gotten already? No, it's 10. Okay. I guess you just assume that it's gonna come to you? I don't understand. There's no, like, prompt. Okay, did it disappear? Did I pick it up? No, it disappeared. I don't know how to pick those up. How do you pick up items in this game? Eh? Oh, you can only have 10 herbs at a time. Okay, that makes more sense. Thought that might have been the case. So, it also means there's not really a reason to stock up on them. Nameless Blade is a horrible name for a blade. Yeah, it's kind of confusing, isn't it? Contradictory. It appears also that herbs are the only thing in crates, so if I'm full up on herbs, shouldn't be smashing crates. Slagathor, this music. Is this stuff in Automata? How busy does Ellie get when E3 comes to town? Not as busy as you'd think. Most of it's downtown. Jesus Christ. Oh, God. Sad. Still got some tickles in the throat. Yeah, it's all downtown, so it's not like it slams the entire city. And stuff like that is usually localized. Like, the Oscars are worse, but that's all in Hollywood. E3 is bad, but it's all in downtown, and it's mostly people staying at the hotels around there, so it's not like there's a whole lot of traffic or anything. So yeah, it's not that bad. Well, yeah, 70-cent hockey is right. LA's pretty much just always busy anyway. If it's not E3, there's something else going on. Is he also streaming somewhere else? Or is my chat busted? Sorry if this was already discussed. No, Kevin. I'm only streaming on Twitch. Am I responding to things that you're not seeing? Is that the idea? Oh. Wait. What? I gotta go around? Eh? Oh. Gotta go to work tomorrow morning? Sorry to hear that. Chris eats people? Or Chris eats pot pie. That's what I get for looking away from chat too early. Well, see. Sleep well. Hope your job is not too annoying tomorrow. I'm not a dirty multi-streamer. That's true. Whoop. Okay. That didn't do any damage, though. I don't multi-stream, but I also kind of can't. Oh, that was the front door. Twitch. So, everyone else is not partnered on Twitch. I am. And Twitch has a... You're not allowed to multi-stream clause in their partnership agreement, so... I could ask to revoke that, and then do it then, but... I don't want to. I'm pretty happy with how things are. The Japanese version of Nier, he plays a teenager. Yeah, that was weird. So I'm confused, because when I read the Wikipedia article, they said that that was just the PS3 version. It was like Nier Replicant and... or Replicant, if we want to get into another... more confusion over pronunciation. Oh, see you, Flogenberger. Talk to you later, man. Rabid Monkey, thank you for the Prime sub. Jesus Christ, what do I do? It's locked. There's nothing over here, I don't think. Can I climb this? No. Boxes. You want to smash the boxes? It's just going to be a bunch of herbs I can't pick up, unless it's a thing I need. Oh. Well, now I feel bad. There's going to be so many wasted herbs. Alright. GameStop so not too bad? Yeah, that's cool. I always liked working shifts there as long as I was with people that I got along with. The Japanese version is Replicant, Western is Gestalt. They're two different entries lore-wise. The only difference is character model and relation to Yona. Oh, okay. So wait, if that's the only difference, then the lore is the same, right?
Never make it out of here. Yona.
That's kind of cool. It's top-down stuff. We got some puzzles? Oh, no. I got my shoes back. My headcanon about Y2K is that there was actually almost an apocalypse scenario, but a Metal Gear Solid-esque secret war went on between good hackers and bad hackers. The good hackers claimed victory in the last second and defused a digital thermonuclear device that would have caused global darkness. Interesting, W-Bad. I like that version more than what happens, or what seemed to happen. Yellow Chicken, it is true you are my friend, because you are subbing to me. Those that give me money are my immediate friends. Which is part of the... We didn't really get into it, but... What do I use the boots for if I can't equip them? I find it's more interesting to not only discuss the... What's up, Tonabella? Oh. Tona Belluna, you're doing it... Or you've already Twitch Prime subbed? Weird, I don't know. But as much as the... phenomenon of people projecting friendship is really interesting. What is interesting to me more is the phenomenon of those sort of recognizing and exploiting might be hard, might be too hard of a term, but harnessing, that sort of thing. And I've kind of come to terms with the fact that, you know, if no one's getting hurt, it doesn't matter. And even on a more fundamental level, it's an entertainer's job to give people what they want. Within reason. But, I certainly can't hold it against anyone, I don't think. For... Reinforcing may be a little too strong of a term, but... Maybe rolling with that sort of environment. That sort of emotional connection. Joey, watch the RT Doghouse Paint. It was fantastic. Even brought a first sub just to watch it. Cool. Well, thank you for that. It makes me glad to hear that. That was the whole point. It would suck if we did that and no first memberships came from it. And thank you for the Twitch Prime money. It was all worth it now. Let's see here. Lucky Senpai says, what do you usually do when you have a really clingy fan come to you at a convention and won't seem to lay off? Are you just straight up, or do you say how you really have to be somewhere? I can imagine it might have been a thing for you at some point or another. Not really. Most people have been really understanding. Sometimes I do have to say I'm like late for a thing, I have to go. But people are usually really cool and back off at that point. There was one point where somebody like kind of physically yanked me. I was like, okay, that's... I was like, nope. I just kind of like popped their arm off because they were like holding me around the neck because they really wanted a selfie. I was like, I gotta go, man. Come on. And I just walked away. So... It really hasn't been an issue, though. Maybe not as much as you may think. Most people are pretty chill about it. I also just think I'm not really at that tier, you know. I am not internet famous enough to make people freak out. Maybe if I follow in after somebody else who's way more famous, and like people are already all jazzed up about it. Oh boy, I shouldn't be over here. This is a really bad place to be. How hard was it to body slam James at Let's Play Live? Not very. The person doing the throwing has the easiest job. Spoo Curl. I'm not sure how to say your name. But yeah, no, for when you do a body slam, all you have to do is, like, basically you shoot your hip out so they can push off of it. You give them a little bounce, like you give them positioning in the air, and then they're just on your shoulder. So it's not that bad. It's their job to get up there and make themselves rigid for you. So, he did the hard work on the body slam. Do I read comics, Jamie? Sadly, no. I don't really have time most of the time. I've been trying to get through One Piece, and look at his hands. He's just a little Spider-Man. You can just palm each little step. And yeah, Boss Loaf, the soundtrack for Metal Gear Rising, the soundtrack is choice. I think I've listened to the soundtrack probably more than I've played the game. Yeah? You said I could change... Oh, it's down. Okay. Ha. Ha. Did I just say I'm watching One Piece? No, I'm reading One Piece. I told myself it might be faster that way. Because I would watch One Piece if I could find a dub online. Because Crunchy... Like, nobody has it dubbed. Maybe Hulu? Actually, I haven't looked at Hulu. But yeah, it would be a good, like, background video. It's too long for me to just, like, sit down and watch, I think. There's too many video games to play. Especially if it's not... Like, if it's subbed, forget it. My strategy now to watch anime is to just find dub stuff and put it on in the background while I'm working or at home making thumbnails or whatever. Have you ever at that phase in a game where you're just kind of, like, grinding shit out? I imagine Destiny will be pretty good for my anime watching, podcast listening. Did you ever see Fast 8? Yeah, I saw it. It was okay. I thought it shortchanged a lot of its stunts because of the density of them, if that makes any sense. Funimation now has the dub. Okay. I think I still have a Funimation account, so it's dubbed on Funimation? Alright. Alright, that's good to know. I will try and get into that. I was hoping to find, like, Dragon Ball Kai dubbed somewhere, but I think that is only disc. Because I think they know how popular it is. I could be wrong again, but... Actually, I'd love to be wrong about that. Did you go to the reveal? Because I swear I saw Bruce at the end. You did see Bruce at the end. Bruce and Jacob went to go film some stuff. I think Kai is on Funimation now as well. Really? Last time I checked, it wasn't. But, like I've said, been wrong about many things in the past. I would not be shocked to be wrong about something else. This combat's a little boring. I'm sure it'll get harder. I mean, you didn't like Power Rangers stunts, but what did you think of their route of attempting to flesh out characters and story instead of just doing obligatory action? Oh, I thought that was great. That part was fantastic. Actually, I really liked the characters. I really liked the acting. I was pretty bought into the personal lives of them more than like the Power Ranger aspect of it. So I thought they had a really solid teen drama on their hands. They just, you know, I feel like the only thing that kept it from not being really great was just the action sucked ass. You know, I'm not holding against it terrifically bad, but it's just like an average episode of Power Rangers had better action than that movie did. Which doesn't make any sense. There's a horse called Cloud Computing. Yeah, I saw that. That's perfect. The horse's name is Cloud Computing. Little monkey enemies. Yeah, fine, man. That was a really cool part when they backhanded Rita into the moon. That was pretty sweet. Anime flavor has subs if that helps. Oh, sorry, I meant dub. Did I say sub? Nah. My anime consumption has to be done not really looking at the screen. Well, it's a shortcut to outside, I guess. Dragon Ball Kai is only Blu-ray DVD on Funimation. That is what I thought. Well, hey, thanks for checking, but I guess I've got a lot of One Piece I can watch now. What's up, Wara Wall? It's going pretty good. Am I going in circles? It feels like it. No? Okay. I'm pretty generous with the healing items. Is this how this game is organized? There are like dungeons? You ever played Yakuza? Yes. Orange, I have played Yakuza 0. I haven't streamed it once. That's another game I intend to go back to. There's like Yakuza, Neo, and Horizon. All like really great PlayStation releases that I just didn't really have the time to play. What's the difference between Kai and the regular Dragon Ball Z? Kai is like a hyper cut down. So they compress 200 episodes into about 50. Cut out a lot of the filler, brush up a lot of the animation. It's basically, there's like really no reason to watch the original unless you really want the nostalgia. Kai has a blue popo. That's very important. It's been a while and this isn't the best of my doodles. Hand has been hurting lately, so I can't do super detailed stuff, but I would do rock band doodles. Here you go. Ah! That's really cute, Rez. Thank you. What did you get from Whataburger? Is it after 11 o'clock? Well, let's see. Are you... Oh, it's 10:39, man. Shit. Can you wait 20 minutes? Probably not, because that honey butter chicken biscuit is fucking dope. Also, the bacon, egg, and cheese taquito is real good. But if you're ordering, like, burgers... They've got a lot of stuff on a specialty menu now. For me, I always just would... I would like a double Whataburger Jr. with only one slice of cheese. That cheese is intense. That was my stuff. That was my stuff. And then, man, I love their fries. Mostly because they're just salty as shit. Saltiest fries for the saltiest state. I do have a double jump. Okay. I'm making a live-action Saint Seiya. Huh. Well, I guess the outfits might be cool. The music is becoming a little less interesting as the gameplay seems to become more repetitive. Yeah, that's partially my fault. I'm not moving through this, dungeon as fast as I could. I'm being distracted by... willfully distracted by chat. Unless that sound like it's, a complaint. Oh man, we got block puzzles? Sweet. Alright, well. Let me figure out where that's supposed to go. Oh, over there. We got puzzles, yo! Yo, dog, we got puzzles for your ass. Oh, too far. I don't believe it is you're playing. Why? Because it's not good enough? You expect if I were actually playing that I'd have beaten the game already? Fluffy Moses, thank you for the 2-month resub. Hello and welcome. Thought you lived in Cali, wouldn't it be 10:39 where you were at? No, it's 8:41. I was guessing in Central Time. Do they have Whataburgers that aren't in Central Time? Because that was an assumption of mine, I suppose. Unless Food Talk is going to make me get out of bed or something. Should potassium. Start the day. Or night, or whatever phase of whatever you're in. Ever heard of Shake Shack? Is that one of the stores that only sells juices and shit? No, it's a burger place. That's a pretty greasy one, too. I think it was only New York for a while, and then they had one in Vegas, and now they're kind of popping up everywhere. I ate at the one in Vegas. Stephanie took me. Rabbit Monkey, yes, I did live in Texas. I grew up there. I grew up there and worked there until I was, what, 25 or so? Moved to LA, worked at Machinima, moved back to Dallas, did contract work, moved back to LA. Been here ever since. And that, sir, is my life story. Great Whataburger Midnight Drunk Meal, #1 with a fried egg. Oh, I didn't think about that. Yeah, you can do that. I never thought about asking Whataburger to add eggs to burgers. I haven't been to Heart Attack Grill. I don't know. I think I might not be able to handle it. Not in like a I'd kill myself kind of way, but actually, I have feelings about health and fitness and how it's treated in America. It seems to me to actually be in really bad taste to have a restaurant designed around getting people as fat as possible, or giving them as many calories as possible, when heart disease is actually killing a lot of human beings. But man, it's people's own choice, so whatever. You know, I'm not going to blame them for doing it. It's more like, I guess the fundamental thing is, I wouldn't be able to go there and not get sad thinking about all the people that are going to die because they're, like, massively overweight. That's just it. You know, no judgment. It would just be me, like, getting sad thinking about all the loss people have to feel because of how messed up nutrition is in America. What's better, Whataburger or In-N-Out? I say Whataburger. I didn't grow up in California. Maybe if I had, I would think differently. But for me, isn't that fast food in general? Yes.
Yoda.
I guess the difference is a place like Heart Attack Grill is explicit in its desire to kill you with calories, whereas fast food is a lot more tacit about it.
What the hell are these things?
Implicit. They do it by advertising, chemically making food as palatable and delicious as possible to laser target everything that human beings like to eat.
I don't have time for this crap. I have to save Yuna.
In-N-Out is overrated. You tell him, Jess. Occasionally, I will find a California native that is willing to stick up for that. I think I would probably have pride in it too if I grew up here. A lot about it is very California. Oh, fine. The burger sizes are moderate. It's all like fresh. There's a lot about it that makes sense to me and how it resonates with California culture.
You're back. Out of my way. Give my daughter back.
I guess I didn't do the right thing. Okay, just had to hit it one more time. Five Guys is pretty good. What games are you hoping to see D3? Something from Red Dead would be cool. I want either Wolfenstein, Colossus, or whatever it's called. Something like a level pack for Doom, something single player. Would be cool. Mario Odyssey. I'm really looking forward to seeing more of that.
Stop. For the love of all that is holy, stop pounding me.
I know that voice. Who is that? Who is that? When In-N-Out opened in the Dallas area, there's a Cali transplant on the news who cried a bit when she had her burger. Yeah, Rabbit Monkey, I remember seeing that. I watched that exact report. Five Guys is very situational. The store near Detroit is nice, but I've seen a few that are terrible and for some reason much more expensive. Huh, interesting. Oh yeah, Borderlands 3 would be cool. I wouldn't mind seeing that. Is that Liam O'Brien?
Then move.
Might be Liam
Yona.
O'Brien.
By the heavens, I have never been treated in such a manner.
I will pound you. Oh, I got a book.
So, how do we save Yona?
Once I destroy these shades, the magic barrier should disappear.
You can really do that?
I am Grimoire Rice. My name brings kingdoms to their knees.
Get to it already,
What is
Vice.
that? Like some talking?
You will refer to me by my full and proper name.
Keep on coming.
You should not have turned your blades on me, foul creatures. With a single word, I, Grimoire Rice, can shatter the very universe itself. Now,
It's like some other talking.
prepare to...
Come on, buddy.
Dear.
Seems that the fancy bludgeoning you gave me earlier has caused my memory to escape me.
Sweet, delicious points. Yeah, what is that girl voice? Yeah, you hear that too, right? I guess it's the book talking. Reversed audio? Okay. It's creepy because it's not always like... God, that's weird.
Is that all?
Oh, okay, there we go. It's right bumper. GIMP or Photoshop? Photoshop. I mean, GIMP is fine. I used it for years when I was in like game journalism, just to do cropping and light editing. Oh. It's the shades talking? I thought that might be it. It sounded kind of like whenever they got extinguished or whatever.
Look how these foolish creatures charge heedlessly into battle. Still, dealing with both of them at once will prove to be a daunting task. It's a defensive barrier.
Whoa, boy! I didn't see that one
Enemies
coming.
with such barriers are impervious to both weapons and magic.
Yeah, that's bad.
The enemy cannot move so long as the barrier is in place. Focus your attacks on the other. Calm yourself. The man who keeps his head in the fight is the one who emerges victorious.
I didn't know if he could charge through his other buddy.
Now, put him out of his misery.
This is... What
Talking
do I do?
moving statues.
What do I do? What button is that? What do I do?
All too real.
Fuck, man! What?
Keep your sword high. They can replenish their energy if we grant them the time to do so. Watch their blades at all costs.
I'm on it.
Now, put him out of his misery.
Okay. Oh, you just have to hit the things off of them. Okay, alright. Oh, shit. Man, alright. What do the Xbox achievements G points do? Buy stuff cheaper? What? No, they do nothing. They do nothing, sir. Dark Lance. Okay. Fuck. I don't know why I went back into that. So what? It's like... So click the...
Learn the pattern of his shots, then finish him off.
Thanks for the tip.
Yeah, I really appreciate that. Left bumper. Oh, okay.
Is this more of your power?
It would seem so.
Yeah.
Sure you know what you're doing there?
Okay. Oh, shit, you got me on that one. Okay, it's starting to pick up a little bit.
Do try to dodge it this time, hmm?
Oh, shut up. Where? I thought the items were on this. No? Oh, okay. That's a... I feel like there was a much shorter menu to get through before. Sometimes you can interrupt. Oh, shit. No.
Look how these foolish creatures turn heedlessly into battle.
Oh yeah, Darksiders? I really liked hearing his voice throughout that game. As War. Woo. Oh, come on.
Really? It's all too real, my friend. Keep your sword high. Now is your chance. Attack with all your might. Watch their blades at all costs. I'm on.
Weird. Holy shit, dog. Cool. You were bad at aim. Oh, never mind. Gonna finish Darksiders and Darksiders 2. Darksiders was a lot of fun. I got really tired of 2 really fast. The gear, I feel like, didn't add anything. It was just numbers that got bigger for no reason. But I guess that's all video games, right? This is when it gets a little bullet helly. It's really interesting. Fuck. Yes, they are. Thanks. It's getting weird.
One to go. Keep your guard up.
That's right. Come on. I've got it already. Shit. Fuck, man, I'm taking a lot of hits. It's almost like Space Harrier. Ah, yeah, I guess so.
Anger is but a form of negative energy. Nothing to fear.
I am digging this very prim Liam O'Brien voiceover. Did that shot erase those bullets?
Race close combat. Keep your distance.
Oh, shit, man.
Long range.
I guess I can get one more. Okay, that knocks him down too. Cool. Weird. Never had a reason to play Darksiders with the FromSoft games. Yeah, Cascade Darksiders is kind of a softer Dark Souls. It is. There's more puzzles though, like more dungeons. It's more Zelda, so I think it's still a reason to play it. It's different enough. Soda Pup. Or Soda Paup. Thank you for the Twitch Prime money. Jonah, no. What game would you play if you had the time that you can't play because it's a huge time investment? Man, there's been a lot of games like that.
I didn't mean to. I just wanted to help.
Let me think. Nah. Dragon Age Inquisition, probably. Games like that. Witcher 3, I could probably finish, maybe, if I ever just had like a wealth of free time. Got 5 minutes left with my birthday.
You okay?
Mr. Geo,
Are you hurt?
may you have the happiest 5 minutes of your entire life. Happy birthday. Yeah, Soda Pop. You're right. I mean, it's all about which time sinks of games you choose to play.
Perhaps we'd best depart, hmm?
I mean, I try to keep up on Overwatch and Final Fantasy XIV, and those are two games that are huge time commitments. I mean, Overwatch doesn't have to be, but yeah, Final Fantasy XIV you kind of can't play the bare minimum. So, I guess you could if you only wanted to do the story stuff.
The shrine's gonna collapse. Come on, Yona.
Yeah, Metal
We
Gear
have to
Solid
move.
5. Still haven't done that. Alright. One buzzball is down. Cran Blaster has blasted me into near space. Oof, that's a little burny. Yeah. Alcohol 20% by volume. 200 milliliters, so that's 40 milliliters of pure alcohol. Thank you for the Prime sub, Geo. Started playing DMC again, but on a new difficulty,
You're
and it's the
faster
worst.
than I thought.
Are you on like hell or hell?
Dad,
Never thought Darksiders was a Souls type game. It was more of a Gothic
I
Zelda.
couldn't find a lunar tear.
You're absolutely right. If you play it on the harder
sorry.
difficulties,
I
it
just
kind
wanted to
of
get
gets
better.
closer, but it's still not as slow.
So
And you definitely don't have
wouldn't have to worry anymore.
you don't have the versatility of character build.
I'm sorry.
James, thank you for the Prime sub. Thank you.
Don't worry about. Yona? Yona, no!
She got the thing. Yeah, the burning is the buzzball sanitizing my system. Yes. It's the buzz effect. It's burning out your insides, purifying them. Do you like or play any fighting games? Yes. I'm a huge fan of Street Fighter. That game always made sense to me. Killer Instinct also makes sense, but I'm not good at it. I played a shitload of Third Strike. That's probably my favorite fighting game of all time. She has the black scrawl. Bleh. Joey 2 steps. Ooh, taking a shot at Yag. Cheers, Joey. You have no idea what's happening in this game. Me neither, dude. I think most of Nier is just going to be me rolling with whatever the fuck happens. When is EVO this year? It's usually in July, right? In Vegas? Let me see. What, thoughts on Marvel vs. Capcom? I'm excited for Infinite. I tried July 14th through July 16th in Vegas, yeah. I tried learning MVC3 and it just wasn't happening. I don't know. Those kinds of games especially, it's like you can learn how to play, and then once you take your game online, then you have to learn how to play again. Because you got to learn all the shit, all the cheese crap. You have to learn how to beat button mashers and people that spam. And that's like the not fun part. You got to get through that to actually get to where people are playing the game again. I haven't played Injustice 2, Jamie. No, I'm gonna wait on it to come to PC. Let me see, actually, if they've announced a PC date for that. Will FunHouse go to E3 anymore? Yes, but maybe not in the way you're thinking. So we're doing our Drunk E3 stream. Wow, they haven't even announced a PC release. Fuck, what might take... Usually with, like, fighting games, you can pick it up early, but you probably ought to wait for the Game of the Year edition to get all the characters and stuff. I wanted to be as good as the DMC characters so badly, but yeah. Yeah, same here. Same here. Same here. Infinite seems like they're mixing it up a bit. Or getting more experimental with the mechanics, so... I'm curious to see where that goes. Shoutouts from Brazil? Hello, Eduardo. You guys at Funhouse know how much your demographics come from South America. We do. I don't know offhand, though. But yeah, YouTube tells us. I love DMC, but I'm so bad at it.
Damn it all!
Yeah, I always felt like I wasn't good at it.
Why does it have to be
Even if
Yona?
I was like beating
Why
it.
not me?
I can get a triple S, but only keep it for 5 seconds.
Of all people, why my only daughter?
I
That's
would
more than
gladly
some
help
people.
her had I the means to do so.
Problem with fighting games are they don't sell as well as other genres. Yeah. I really like what, say for instance, Microsoft's doing with Killer Instinct. Launching it as more of a service with seasons. So it's like, oh, look at these cute little chicks. They definitely set the expectation properly that you don't get to... You're not going to pay for this game once and play it for 5
Of all
years.
people, why my only daughter?
Not only are we're going to ask you for money, but we're going to justify it with new characters, new stages, new modes. Like, we're going to work on this thing. Street Fighter V was kind of the same way. Although they asked for money up front, and then all the patches were kind of free. So yeah, interesting approaches to that problem.
This isn't happening.
Oh, you're back. I was worried about you. I heard you went through the Eastern Gate and... Is that a book?
Injustice 2 is anything like the last game. Come out 3 to 4 months from now. Injustice had its PC version unconfirmed for a while, then a few months later it came out. Yeah. I liked Mortal Kombat X a lot too. Playing online was definitely getting around projectile spam was a whole skill you had to develop.
Now,
It was fun at that
see
point.
here. I am Grimoire Weiss, and you will treat me with the proper respect.
What's up, Pablo Taco Bell?
Wait,
Welcome.
you're Grimoire Weiss? Oh, that is so cool.
You know him?
Of course. He's the white book mentioned in the song I was singing.
He's in your song?
The fuck?
Yeah, the Song of the Ancients. It's an old tune that's been passed down through generations of villagers. It's in a forgotten language, so I doubt you could make much sense out of it.
Do you know what it says?
Well, it's not like I studied it or anything, but I can tell you bits and pieces. There's this terrible black book that shows up and starts spreading disease all over the place. But then this white book appears and saves the world and everyone's happy. You know how it goes.
I guess I do.
What is it?
Tell me about this black book. Where's it from? How does it work?
I gotta admit though, the way that this game is set up is pretty awesomely archetypally Japanese. You're in an idyllic village, you do some shit, you repair a bridge, you do some like tutorial fights, your daughter gets hit with something you don't understand, and then some NPC just lays it on you. Like, okay, here it is. There is an evil out there, you've got the thing, you've got the chosen bit, the magical crystal shard or whatever. Alright, hero, get out there and hurt somebody. That's pretty much what it is. I always get sad whenever a game dev closes down, like those working people's lives get messed. It's a sad sissy. Sci-Fi. System? System. Yes, indeed it is. Well, I mean, this is the thing that a lot of publishers are trying to figure out. You gotta put millions and millions of dollars into a game before you see a dime back. That's a big risk, and not many people can take it. And certainly not many people can handle failing that risk more than once. So yeah, it sucks. This is why people have tried to make episodic work. It's why they tried to make DLC work. Anything other than work on a game for 6 years and then sell it at $60 and hope you get all your money back. Good evening, Angry for Life. Spurkle, do I read cyberpunk novels at all? I've read, like, the Bibles, you know? I read Technomancer. Am I fucking this up? The William Gibson novel? Neuromancer. Got there eventually. So I've read that. I've read, like, the fucking D&D guide for Shadowrun. I read all the easy stuff. I've read my handful of Philip K. Dick novels. Neuromancer. I got there eventually. I wonder if Lawrence waits for long enough he'll be surrounded by dogs. I hope late.
What?
That just means it's a good video
It's
game.
just-
What kind of idiot sings a song without knowing what it means?
Dude! Back off, booty hole.
This kind of idiot?
That's a good
Look,
answer.
why don't you go to the library and ask Popola? She's smarter than me. Maybe she knows.
I see an herb over there.
Alright.
Yeah, the other named NPC. Speaking of Evo, let's just take a moment to appreciate the announcers for each match. Yeah, they got some good dudes. Ultra Chen is the gold standard, you know, kind of. I always like Gutex and Mike Ross. Tasty Steve is awesome too.
Something wrong.
Fucking Yipes is just perfect.
Just think.
You ever read Gravity's Rainbow? No, I'm not familiar with that one. Man. I wish I had an excuse to play the new DMC again. Well. What are you trying to do with Devil May Cry, Jess? Trying to unlock everything or something? Oh, Eduardo, you gotta go to bed. Cool. Yep, Satan's account. Official. Dang diggity dang, it is Nier. Although, I'm out of buzzballs, so I gotta go get another one. Gotta do a mystery draw from the bag. Crofts, how often I play 14? Maybe once a week. I'm caught up. Like, I've done Alexander, I've done all the story quest stuff, so I'm more or less ready for Stormblood. And there's gonna be a lot of that stuff. Anyway. Do you really need an excuse to play a certain game? If you want to play it? Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Sometimes I get up in my head about that stuff. Like I should always be experiencing new things. Yeah. Alright guys, I'll be back in just a bit. And yeah, hey, good news. It seems like Twitch is being really solid right now. Oh, trying out new difficulties. Which one are you playing now? Just like one of the harder, like normal difficulties? Anyway, I'll be back in a bit. See you guys soon.
Stop playing with that thing. I've just got to adjust this. Give me the sequence calculations. Now! They're already done.
I wonder if it will be raining.
Stand by. Herr Hitler.
Ja, was ist los? Ich habe keine Zeit, hier rumzustehen.
Ja, ich verstehe. Did you find him?
Hitler is out of the way.
Congratulations, Professor. With Hitler removed...
Time will tell. Sooner or later. Time will tell.
Huh. I'm gonna have to take that bumper out. I didn't know that was on there. That's what I get for not scrubbing to the end of absolutely every bumper that I convert. Viz, didn't know you streamed until 10 minutes ago. Fan introduced me to Funhouse about a month ago, so I had to send you $5 for the best month of my life. Wow. Thanks for making me feel like being a nerd is great. The best unknown anime recommendation. Well, thank you for the $5. I guess... I say this a lot, and it's one of my favorite shows, but Planet Tess is, I think, one that doesn't come up much. when people talk about anime they like. So, should be another bottle of whiskey for some buzzballs because they don't ship outside the U.S. Believe me, you don't want them. Why remove the bump? I don't know. That seems kind of tacky to have somebody else's logo on stuff that I'm kind of claiming is under my content. Plus, it kind of it betrays the spirit of it. I guess in that way, I want those bumpers to sort of be commentaries on moments on tech and gaming. With some exceptions. There's just some, like, general, like, nerd shit in there, too, but, if there's a bumper on it, that kind of changes the consistency of it. You've seen Hunter x Hunter. I read a little bit of the manga, but I haven't seen it now. But yeah, Planet, yeah, there you go. It is. Please check it out. It's a like, to me, I kind of separate anime into 3 categories. There's anime that's good for anime, there's anime that's bad but it's still good, and then there's anime that's just, like, genuinely good as entertainment. Like, you could show it to anyone and say, this is a good television show. With a few exceptions, Planet Test is like that. It gets kind of goofy, wacky anime sometimes, but... They sound like they taste terrible and get you drunk, that's right up my street. Well then, I guess we can try and work out an exchange. So, just so you guys know, I am now on to Lata Colata. Let me rotate it back. There we go. I'm assuming this is Pina Colada inspired. You guys seen... Whoops. You guys seen Ping Pong the animation? I haven't heard of that, no. See there, that's something great about you and the rest of the Funhouse crew. You're all true to yourselves and your convictions. Yeah, I mean... So... Maybe if you're... Can't even open a fucking thing. They say to shake it, but it's also carbonated, so I'm like, what the fuck are you on about? I love the intro to DMC. Yeah, me too. The, like, slice of pizza covering his dick. And the music is so good. Ugh. Actually, DMC 3 had a really great intro, too. That fucking song is dope as hell. 3 and 5 had such good soundtracks. I remember listening to the 3 soundtrack while I worked out all the time. I think I might again. Yeah, Jess. Man. What's weird is, so... I was actually introduced to Noisia through DJ Hero. Noisia did a couple of the mixes, and they were so fucking good. I was like, I love this band. And then I saw that they did tracks for, Oh, and then Comic Christ. Yeah, those are the 2. Man. So fucking good. But yeah, the fucking track they did for, DJ Hero was awesome as well. And I had to listen to it a lot because I had to memorize it to be able to actually pass that fucker. Terrible alcohol is just what I need for getting future flat-warming parties. I feel like that's what flat-warming parties should be. You're supposed to get drunk, right? That's the whole point. You just throw a rager. I want to play DMC, but I don't own any of them, and Steam only has 3, 4 in the reboot. Just play the reboot. Play 3 in the reboot. Yeah, Jess is absolutely right. You're not missing out on some grand continuous story. I mean, there is one there, it's just not very good.
When the great black book,
we got
Grimoire Noir,
we got some chatting to get through.
plunges the world into chaos.
Okay,
The white
at a sip,
Grimoire Vice will appear with his sealed forces.
I'm gonna say the Lata Colada is...
He will then vanquish
It's like a beach
Grimoire
in a ball.
Noir
A
and
buzzball.
restore harmony to the world. Or so the legend goes.
What's a sealed verse?
Noisia and Foreign Beggars have a group called I Am Legion. Have you heard of it? I haven't. I haven't heard of Foreign Beggars either.
I imagine it's...
Yeah, two's not great. Yeah, it was very Legend of Zelda, right? The scanning across the ancient cave drawing or whatever. Reminds me of the intro to Wind Waker. 3 and 4 are probably the best. Reboot is alright. DMC 1 is old but good. DMC 2 doesn't exist. It's pretty accurate send up. I'm a little more favorable to the reboot than I think most people are. Fair or not, I think its soundtrack, its art design, should count for a lot. Because God, there's a lot of genius in that game. The fight system is not quite as good as 4. I'll grant it that. 4 was like 4 was a lot of buttons, man. Like, it was the pull to, the push away, the revving of the sword. It's like, they just layered on all these like, meta games you had to play while you were playing. And I like it because it was all additive. It was like, okay, if you don't want to worry about revving your sword, fine. Don't worry about it. But if you're, like, bored, just, like, flowing through combos and changing weapons, then here's another thing you can hit. Like, they were, like, increasing the input ceiling for Devil May Cry, which I appreciate.
The whereabouts of Grimoire Noir.
Low-key, I low-key dyed my hair like Dante when I dyed it for the first time. Maybe made it white or silver?
Sorry.
Dyed it black with a small blonde streak.
about that.
Oh, that one. Okay. New Dante. That's awesome. The flat we're getting on the 4th floor, and I'm low-key terrified someone's gonna fall down the stairs at the flat warming. Oh, this is European though, right? So the stairs are just like a sheer cliff.
What we do know is that there's a number of these sealed verses out there.
What ending am I on right now? The first one.
And it also appears that the shades you fight in these verses are intrinsically linked.
Fine. Then I kill them all and take what I need.
Have you gone completely mad?
What an absurdly reckless plan.
I won't stand around while my daughter dies. Tell me where to find them.
Now wait just 1 minute.
No.
You're really gonna do this, huh?
No.
Well, all right.
What's up, stealthy nips?
I've heard the shades are gathering near a village called the Eyrie. It's past the bridge on the northern plains. They should be done with the repairs by now.
My face is impressively shiny. Yeah, I think I need to work on my I think I need to work on my lighting. It makes me look like a robot. Go to the next city. See? We're following the JRPG template pretty hard for, like, the story. Minor incident. Go to first dungeon. Go to next city. Oh. Spuckerel. Sub-hype. Sweet. Lighting is badass. But I'm so shiny. Let's see here. Yeah. I like that. Alright, well, since I was just talking about it, I'm gonna play that one song from DJ Hero. So, Spuckerel. I guess I'm gonna just keep saying it that way because that's fun to say. Thank you for subbing. Damn it. Yeah, so that was basically like the hard song in DJ Hero. That was basically the Through the Fire and Flames of that game. And it took me, I want to say, like a week of practice to pass it. Just doing each section and sort of memorizing every little cut and everything. That was a lot of fun, actually. I remember really enjoying doing that. Yeah, Bayonetta's hard. Bayonetta's on the harder end of it. I mean, it's platinum. They kind of have a reputation of making games legitimate. When are we getting a DJ Hero stream? It's a really good question. I'm getting that itch, man. Bayonetta just released on PC. Yeah, Bayonetta 1. I'd like to play through that. I actually don't remember that game very well. I played it through the one time. I just went through it in a shot, like in a couple of days, and that was it. But yeah, I've got my 360 all dusted off and ready.
I can see where the bards kept it alive through the eons.
God, he's so smarmy.
Yeah, it's a real toe tapper.
Yeah, man, DJ Hero's fucking sweet. They gave that game every chance they could possibly.
Hey!
Oh, quests. No jumping? Alright.
Hey there!
Does that include dodging? Alright, come on, camera. Saw Dead Space for free? What? Wait, oh yeah, Vanquish. I never actually finished Vanquish. Gosh. I bought Bayonetta 2 for Wii U. I started it. That was it. Yeah, Nerdy Metal Gamer, I hope so too. I don't think Bayonetta 1 sold all that well. I think Sega seems to be reminded that they probably have a lot of easy money sitting around. They just have to like hire people to port stuff. I'm hoping that it's worth it. Sega's actually been one of the better publishers about supporting PC.
Hey!
Sadly, I don't think they get a lot of respect for that. It's weird, man. Sega actually became a pretty great games publisher after they stopped making hardware. But that's kind of all anyone ever remembers them for. It's like, oh, you made Sonic, and you used to make the Genesis. But they became a pretty great PC publisher. Alright.
Hey.
Hiding spots. Sure. I will take all quests. I'll find your stupid eggs. Good God, there's a lot of quests going on. Oh, Dead Space is free with gold. Man, Dead Space is so good.
Do you often get asked to handle such inane shopping trips?
I don't think these trips...
They aren't. They're absolutely inane.
I'm a father in a dying world.
Pieces of mutton. Oh boy.
Everyone has it tough around here, so
We're
I've
getting
no right
into some
to
real video game shit.
They give me honest work, and I'm grateful.
Oh, sure
How are
you
things?
Sure you are. Look at all this crap. I remember how to Dreamcast when I was young. Is that by Sega? That was their last console.
Yeah.
How dare you make me hunt down goats?
Those are sheep.
What is the...
Hey.
Booyah! Booyah! I'm only assuming that there is a there is an achievement for finishing a certain number of quests. That's why I'm bothering. If Sega can just not fuck up the new Sonic. They already added a character creator. What more do you want? Let me rephrase that. What more is there in this world than a Sonic character creator? Is this game any good? Green Splat? I actually can't answer that. It's calming right now. It reminds me a lot of Deadly Premonition. Not in that they're similar at all. Like it's like a spiritual similarity. They're both wildly original, very kind of... I jumped. Oh, apparently didn't ruin the quest. Was your very first game console? I guess very first one that I owned and was in my room was the Nintendo Entertainment System. There was also like a TI-89 or TI-99, the desktop, the home computer from Texas Instruments. That played games, but we didn't have many. I also had a Commodore 64 I inherited from my grandparents, but I had no games for it, aside from the ones that I made in BASIC, the coding language. So, well, Dead Space is great, but then 3 isn't Dead Space anymore. It does change, yeah. I don't know. It's a bummer, but I don't fault them for it. They were trying to find a way to make more money on that game type. So, and they couldn't solve it. And again, to EA's credit, they gave that game, they gave it a real shot. They let it get to 3. To me, 2 was amazing. Dead Space 2 to me is one of the best games. Single player focused, like great acting, great writing, great sequences. EA ruined Dead Space 3. There's a great video talking about it. That's such a rough way of looking at it. EA needed that game to earn money. I'm guessing because 1 and 2 didn't. There's this unfair vision of events that if it weren't for EA, then we'd have the right Dead Space 3, and it would have been great, and it would have sold well because it would have been a better game. But Dead Space 1 and 2 were that game, and they didn't sell well, or they didn't sell well enough. So, I view it more as like It's not that EA ruined what could have been a good game. EA was trying to make that franchise earn enough money to stay alive. And, you know, Visceral... There's this assumption that EA is the big bad boss man who's there, like, telling Visceral how to make the game. I'm sure it was more like EA was like, you can make a third game, it's just gotta clear more money. It has to clear more money. And then Visceral was like, okay, it's our job now to make a game that earns money. And that was how they tried to do it. The team of Dead Space had a different vision for 3 that EA couldn't find a way to market it. Yeah. Well, I mean, that's kind of it, right? EA couldn't find a revenue stream to support it. What was the very first game you ever streamed on Twitch? Gosh. I remember one of my earliest streams was System Shock 2? One of the very earliest? I don't remember what the absolute first of all time ever was. I remember it was after I moved back to LA from Dallas. No! Wait, I think it was Beatmania. Cause yeah, no, I was still living in... Yeah, I remember the day now. Okay, here we go. I was living in Dallas. This is before I moved back to LA the second time. And it was the day that, like, everybody got laid off from Machinima. All my old friends and stuff, my old coworkers. Kinda knew it was coming, which is why I didn't feel so torn up about leaving. But, like, they all got laid off, and I was like, fuck, man, I'm like... I just remember, like, sitting in my apartment, being bummed, because it was bad news. And I was, like, wired on Vietnamese coffee. Hey! And, so the big crux was... So I had a Justin TV account. From way back. And, whenever they migrated to Twitch, my account got stuck in this weird, like, halfway thing. I could log in as my username, SirLar, but it would always redirect my channel to JustinTV/SirLar. And I remember around when Twitch first launched, I tried to use it, but it kept doing that thing. If you put in Twitch TV/SirLar, it would always redirect to Justin. And I didn't want to stream games because I was like, well, they're gonna, like, be mad at me for streaming on Justin TV. And at the time, I emailed Twitch, and they were like, oh, we can't fix that. It's just broken forever. I was like, really? So I just didn't stream for a while. And then just on a whim, like 6 months later, I emailed Twitch again about it, support about it. And they're like, oh yeah, we fixed it. You're good. And I was like, it was that easy, huh? So whoever I talked to before was just shitty at their job and didn't want to do work. Fine. No, I get how startups work. But they had, so now when you went to my Twitch account, it actually stayed on Twitch. And I was like, okay, I can stream games, great. And that's the first day I did that. Because I already had my PlayStation running through my Elgato. Because the Elgato was like a really cheap way to upscale PS2 to HDMI. So I could plug it into a computer monitor to play it without lag. What's up, Poopadooku? Welcome, welcome. So I can give me some of that burger? Oh, you guys talking about burgers. Oh yeah. Okay, Spies, you brought Whataburger, right on. So yeah, it was already set up that way, and I was like, usually whenever I'm upset about something, playing a game like that, something like Beatmania or Tetris, something that's like hard but simple, where it's just tap the buttons right. That's calming for me, it's distracting. So I was like, my head's all jumbled up, whatever. I've already got this set up, now my Twitch account works, I'll just stream it. So yeah, I think that was my very first stream. It was also a test, I recall. I was capturing Beatmania footage because I was going to use it, and actually you can, man, if you really dig back, you can find this stuff. When I was remote, I was doing editing work for Inside Gaming, and I put together a couple of their best ofs, and in them I used random capture from games I just happened to be playing at the time. So if you go back, ugh, I burned, wow. Honey butter chicken biscuit and a honey barbecue chicken strip sandwich, so no burger. Well, hey man, you got some amazing stuff. And I knew it, you got there after 11, right? Good. But yeah, in the edits that I remember, there's like some the Super Nintendo Shadowruns in there, because I was playing that. There's stuff from like Raven Shield or whatever, because I was playing and capping that too. I wanted to put some Beatmania stuff in there. Just like little cutaway stuff. It wasn't going to be like, look at Beatmania. It was going to be more like, what the fuck is that? And then back. I wanted to cut it down into like a variety show, Cinematech thing. With like weird edits and...
There really is no task too immodest for you.
I really...
It's a lot harder than it sounds, Vice. These little bastards are fast.
To be frank, and I was on this track for a while, I really enjoyed the idea of having a conversation with the audience through editing, of being a sort of... What's the word? Being like an MC or something. A good choice, but I'm disappointed. Don't be nice about it. I'm not. I think you made good picks. Those are all good. All right, Jess, go fill up your anime tanks. Get your sleep. Thank you for watching, tuning in.
So
Always a
smite
delight.
them with magic.
Smite them.
What is it? Shades?
You're right. I should use magic.
Might I make another suggestion? What? Stop yelling like a madman every time you come to a realization.
You can save Yona, Vice. Yeah. You may be able to save the whole damn world. I'm almost glad we met.
I told you.
I think I was gonna use you for Ken.
Where did the tutorials go? There they are. Attacking a downed enemy. Left trigger plus X. Okay.
You really should treat omnipotent magical
Damn it,
beings
ow.
with more respect.
What? Eh. Word. Okay. Word edit. Where's my lug? Oh. Okay. Okay. Interesting. The first video I ever came across of yours was a Mega Man 3 playthrough on YouTube after a surgery I had on my back. I was stuck in bed for 2 months. I used to watch you and the others on Instant Gaming, but got curious as to why you were always talking to a chat in the videos. So I looked up Twitch, and there you were live in the evenings. I see, Lucky. Yeah, people have suggested I include chat in the recording. I could do that. Actually, it wouldn't be that... Fuck, man. It actually wouldn't be that hard to capture that separately and then just overlay it. So you guys don't have to see chat, but YouTube, it'll be there. I guess I just assumed anyone that wanted to see chat could just watch the VOD on Twitch, because now they have chat replay. But I also play copywritten music, which mutes a good chunk of my stream, so... and that's when I get to the... Well, I told myself I wasn't going to worry too hard about those things, so... Been watching any UFC lately? Sadly, no. I do enjoy UFC, though, quite a bit.
That did not sound good.
I think we broke this.
Oh, yeah,
Well, there is little point in finishing.
I gotta go back and
now.
find the thing.
You'd best go back and apologize.
Yep.
Yeah,
Don't be scared of the berries. Alright, let me go.
Do not fear these
Gotta-
shades.
Chat replay is the best. Enzymatic. It's actually kept me on Twitch a lot lately.
But I'll do what it takes to save.
I'm gonna be honest. One of the things
see.
that I do a lot
I won't try to
is I
stop.
put on stuff I haven't seen from past GDQ marathons. You tend to repeat the question asked to you, so I think it's fine. Yeah, that's Undead. That's one of the reasons I do that, is to try to make it so if somebody's just listening to me ramble. Because I assume when somebody's watching this on YouTube, it's background music. This is not, I don't edit this down. This is not content that respects somebody's time. So I would never expect somebody to be focused on it in any stretch. This is like, kind of like I do with Games Done Quick marathons. It's just something to put on in the background. I feel like if none of the streamers I like are streaming, that's usually what I'll just put on. Alright. Did you watch Samurai Jack? No. I like the show. I used to catch episodes of it here and there on television. But I haven't seen the new stuff, no. What is the thing? Fragile Delivery, there we go. Highest point in the area. Okay, well, I guess I'll just go then. Top 10 white noise? That's fine. The Tetris GM runs? Yeah. Tetris is great. The Mega Man block I always love. Mario block is always great. Who's your favorite streamer? Moon Moon's really good. Seagull's really good. Those are both mainly Overwatch, but variety. I watch Ray Brown Man. Spool's good. I still watch Spool from time to time. Oh yeah, I'm supposed to get some mutton. Can I hit them with magic? Awesome. Oh man, that doesn't do much damage. Let's see here. There's a couple of other speedrunners that I watch. Oh shit, even the Shades will attack sheep too, that's awesome. Alright, I'm gonna do this quest, so I'm just gonna run straight where I need to go. Had any issues with 1080? No! 1080 Jessler, it's like every so often a card will come out and it's like this is the thing for a long time. I feel like the 1080 is that card. Although, Jessler, if you're not... Are you playing it at 1080p or higher? If you don't have, if you're not playing it above 1080p, a 980 is probably all you need. 1080 and 1080 Ti, that's like 1440p and up.
Be shades here of all places.
Oh, shut up.
I wager they appear whenever the sun stops shining. I wish they had chosen to remain in whatever dank hole they call home.
There's a, Oh, Wilson, thank you for the Prime sub. Fallen off GDQ and speedrunners likes for 2 years. Who are the new Bone Saws and other community good streamers nowadays? Well, Visit's kind of tough to... GDQ's gotten pretty sanitary about who they have on. Let me see here. There's Big John. He's pretty great. Trying to remember what his Twitch channel is off the top of my head. He was live earlier, so I'm just checking my following list to see if he's still... So I can... Yeah, Game J06. Here, I'll put it in chat. He's good, but he's kind of... He's making the rounds on speedrunners. I watch Rom Scout and Zosti. Darbian does a lot of Mario. So... Mitch Flower Power usually does Mario, but without commentary. Which I kind of like. Sometimes I just want to hear somebody playing Mario. It's just the sounds, man. It's just so deep in there. Adam, not Kovic, but Your Movie Sucks Adam also streams, and he's really funny too. And he's got amazing taste in games. So you're gonna get this before I say it, but Adam plays, but it's PLAZE. And then Kevin DDR, fuck it, I'll plug him too, why not? He does a lot of Tetris. Oh, Stephanie's home. I'm gonna go say hi, and I'll be right back.
All stations green. You got it. Base 8, 9, and 10 sealed. Scaffold decks A, B, C secure. All systems green. What a beautiful sight.
This is Fleet Command. Reporting Mothership pre-launch status. Command online. Resourcing online. Construction online. Cryogenic subsections A through J online. K through S online. Scaffold control, stand by for alignment. Alignment confirmed. Stand by, release control. Mothership has cleared the scaffold. We are away.
I'm back. Yep, Bob and Steve. That's exactly it. I loved that sketch series. It was from Chaos Theory. Basically spun off with a co-op of that. Yeah, digging that ground. So let's see. Merchant Shack.
It appears to be deserted.
Ooh, soda. Thanks for the money. Gotta go to bed. Alright, Imp. Have a good night, sir. Yeah, I bet that comes back later. Man, Bob and Steve was fantastic. Also, just Chaos Theory in general was fantastic. The co-op in that game was amazing. Save point. Oops. Hopefully jumping didn't seem to break the thing I need. You played Homeworld? Of course! The remastered version is gorgeous. Man, maybe I should stream the remastered version at some point. Now that's a game that's just super zen. Chaos Theory co-op? Wasn't that the one that... Or was it Pandora Tomorrow? Maybe it was Pandora. I think... yeah, I guess I got it wrong. Special Agent Bob and Secret Agent Steve. Yeah. No, Resonator, Homeworld is one of those games that touched me. It molested me in a very deep kind of way. This cover character talked about Critical Flaw, one of my favorite YouTube series. He hasn't really talked about it. Some people ask him about it very rarely, getting more rarely as time goes on, and it's more... He's just kind of like, yeah, we did it, and it ended. It was just... To hear him talk about it, he seems pretty convinced that there was nothing that was going to make that show keep being made.
To reach the chief's house?
For whatever reason, wasn't popular, just wasn't working. I don't know. And yes, so do I agree. Co-op games are the lifeblood. Damn it! I've got this quest. I can't be fighting. I have to deliver things for money that I don't know what it's for. Get away from me, Shades. What originally grabbed me about it was the soundtrack, the main theme. Oh, the Adagio for strings is one of the most beautiful pieces of music ever written. Yes, the music was great and how like solemn and lonely it was. That game really drives home just the emptiness and sort of solitude of space.
I'm looking for someone who knows about the sealed verses.
Yeah, that's man. Also on a music. Fuck.
Crap.
Broke.
That did not sound good.
So it's the dodge that makes it snap?
Well, there is little point in finishing the delivery now. We'd best go back and apologize.
But
yeah,
the song that Yes did for it, Homeworld. Not the game, the song Homeworld. Yeah, the song. It's fucking great. Absorbing blood. Let's see. Word edit. Bess. Lug. Oh wait, does that mean Lug is no longer on? Or can you can assign words as much as you want? Okay. This is the side quest that made you quit playing Nier? Really? Wham! I'm a bear. Thank you for subscribing. Since there have been a number of Twitch Prime subs, which I thoroughly appreciate, and it's wholly unnecessary, but thank you anyway. I will... Jesus Christ. Breakable boxes tutorial. I think I figured that one out. Here's the policy by which I play a song for someone. And I apologize if you guys have heard this a million times, but I just don't want anyone to feel confused, or maybe there's unasked questions out there about what's going on. I've played a few songs and haven't played a few songs, so given the I guess the effervescent nature of Twitch Prime subs, and that they do not renew, and they're fairly disposable, and people just tend to drop them on a whim. I typically don't stop the stream to play songs for those, but if I get 2 of them in a row, then I will, because that implies somebody came back and is spending time in chat and all that stuff. Normal subs I will play for 1 month because those automatically renew, and it's more of seems like more of a commitment. And happens less often. So really, it's just about how often I want to interrupt the stream to play a song. The new Rock Band kit work? It absolutely did. The drums are great.
This must be the chief's house.
What is it?
Well, we're here from...
Strangers. Go away.
Wait, listen to...
You're not. Leave this village at
I gotta kill all the bad boys. Battlefront 2 coming out for PC.
What a pathetic bunch
I
of
assume it
rabble.
is. I know Red Dead isn't. Yeah, what is that all about?
Yo.
It may not right away. It is strange to me that Red Dead still hasn't come out on PC. I don't know what that's about. Maybe when they were reporting it, they hit some like blocking issue that was gonna cost more money than it was worth to figure out the tech. I don't know. Earlier, I said I donated because my friend introduced me to you. Tell Kuhn he's the best. He doesn't believe me. What, he doesn't believe that you gave me money? I mean, I guess I'm... Jesus Christ. So many tutorials. I mean, I guess I'm coming out ahead on the spat between you two. What's this absorbing blood thing? Oh, okay, that's cool, I guess. Some boxes can be broken. Wow. Best luck, Nirvana Dagger. Geb. What does Geb do? Apparently nothing. Apparently neither of these do anything. Okay, whatever. Okay, there we go. Now something's going on. These are all going to be Geblugs. Seems like porting from console to PC would be a breeze, but harder the other way around. Maybe. I mean, it depends how the game was designed originally. Most games are designed with minimum spec in mind, because it's easier to scale up than scale down, so you are right about that. But yeah, no, you're not wrong, Poopaduku. I think about it more in terms of, or rather, I think what's closer to reality is, say what happened to Arkham Knight, you know? They ported it. It worked on most PCs, but the PC market will tear you apart if it doesn't work on everything all the time. So it's not necessarily that porting it's easy. It's more that you're inheriting a lot of support. You're inheriting a lot of issues when you port to PC. All the disparate video cards and weird-ass computer configurations and people with 18 versions of Bonsai Buddy installed. Those are all your customers now, and you have to both have the staff and the... you have to both design it to start, so it'll run on all that stuff. Try and appreciate all that stuff. Or have enough people on the tail end to handle all that stuff and get patches rolled out quickly. And sadly, it's not as simple as it may sound, and it really does come down to inheriting a lot of problems. That's right, add more words. Did I? I picked up a word. No, it's tutorials. Weird-looking tutorials. What's this all about? It's like magic collisions? That seems important. Okay, good to know. Good damage absorbing MP by attacking enemies' magic orbs with your weapon. Good to know too. Hopefully PC gaming becomes more of a standard as time goes on. It kind of feels like it's going that way to me, but I don't know. No, Soda, you're right. You're absolutely right. So it's tough because the PC market both craves and hates standards, because standards mean lack of freedom. Standards means that a developer has to obey somebody else's rules, which means even with good intentions, it's typically bad in the PC marketplace when a lot of power converges in either a single software maker or hardware maker, because then that maker can start to exert control over the market, and that's when you get situations like, I don't know, people blaming EA for Dead Space 3 being bad. So it's a yes and no situation. PC prides itself on being diverse and having different solutions to the same problem, because that means users can choose. But you are right in that, on a basic level, the frameworks are getting more robust and more reliable. I mean, dude, if... Not that I would expect you to or hope that you would, but if anyone can remember PC gaming before DirectX existed, that was a whole other thing. That was shitty. It was shitty and it sucked. What's up, Sandra? You had to manually set a lot of the hardware settings for your keyboard, for your mouse, for your sound card. You just had to have that shit written down. I remember there was a flight simulator for DOS, and it took up so much memory. It took up so much memory, by the way. I had to choose between having a keyboard and a mouse. I got one or the other. Didn't have enough memory to load the drivers for both and have the game run at the same time. And that was because the driver makers for my keyboard and mouse couldn't write a driver that was small enough to load into conventional memory. You only had 640K of that. You didn't get to upgrade it, so... I was like, well, I can have 2 of the 3. That was it. It was keyboard, mice, and sound. So... I was like, okay... And this is after 2 hours of testing, by the way. And, like, with the way that drivers loaded into RAM, sometimes you got pretty lucky too. If you loaded them in a certain order, they'd all load properly, and then it wouldn't stack up. And Microsoft did something right, and its name is DirectX. Yes, DirectX solved a lot of things, standardized a lot of the templated UI for controllers, keyboards, mice, sound, video, all that stuff. Suburban Jungle, you're going to bed? Cool, cool. Mr. Geo, I remember when I first got Steam, 2 Fortress 2 was my first game, and it wasn't free to play. So Steam had the smallest market ever. Yeah, it was just Valve at that point. Hell, I got Steam when it was a Counter-Strike patching utility. And yeah, Steam is another one of those things that standardized how to sell and distribute games digitally on the PC.
Those are lunar tears.
Suddenly it meant that the whole installation process was taken out of the user's hands. And by the way, that's kind of the secret to making PC a usable platform. You take choice away. That's what Apple's all about. Their user interface is amazing because it doesn't let the user fuck anything up. But you trade something for that.
That's the flower.
You trade functionality. So, the fewer things something does, the more you're able to guarantee those things will work. The more something does, like a PC, it's kind of in your own hands at that point. And if you fuck it up, you gotta fix it.
Hands off the flowers.
Welcome back, Chris. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
That's, quite the outfit.
Indeed.
I fear we have greater issues to deal with.
Indeed. Indeed. I'm appreciating the turn this just took. Indeed. Oh, we got a boss fight going on?
What are you waiting for, fool attacker?
Missed.
I knew this would happen.
Man, how does she do those kicks in these
certainly not to be trifled with.
Oh. Platinum knows their audience. This isn't Platinum. But certainly they did know their audience.
Don't let your guard waver.
I do appreciate that at least he said something about it. Turn around, dude. Turn around, booty hole. Booyah.
Is that all?
That's who you would play us in the other version of Nier? I thought the other was a younger dude. Mr. Geo, I like how Microsoft is handling the PC nowadays. They seem to be taking the PC market more seriously. Maybe. Some would say they're still doing the same thing. which is that they are forcing users to use their service, the Microsoft Store. I think if you were to ask a typical PC enthusiast, they would be mad at Microsoft for not distributing games on Steam. But it's also just like, seriously, dude?
My very pages.
You want them to give part of their money to their direct competitor, Valve?
This woman is certainly not to be trifled with.
Jesus Christ.
Don't let your guard waver.
I guess I understand. It's not really on an individual user to appreciate or care about that sort of thing. Christ, stop it. Her boobs must be all muscle. Her boobs are anime boobs, which means they are perfect. They're perfect and beautiful. Damn it. Nah. Shit. I can't like get close to her. Okay. Come on. Ugh. Heal. Are you actually on the 360 to play this, or is it on backwards compatible? I'm on a 360. I got Old Faithful all busted out and hooked up. Shit. Ow. Should not have dodged in a path of the attack. Targeting a little funky. Jesus Christ. What the fuck is that? Watch the new Alien. No! Actually, I haven't even seen, Prometheus. Jesus Christ, what is she wearing? Let's see her ass crack. It's awesome. Yeah, that is a serious lack of pants she's got going on. Wow. If it makes you feel any better, the director confirmed she has a penis. Interesting. Oh, she's got some pretty righteous boobs for having a dick. Whatever, man. 2017. Think that shit bothers me?
What's going on?
Stay out of my way! He's mine, you idiots!
It would appear that we are not the focus of her anger.
Oh, shit. No. I'm not gonna get it. Maybe I will. Shit. Hey! That's not fair.
Be aware of the shockwave. Hold back until we have a chance to approach.
Okay, so, okay, that was a clear. Okay, interesting, interesting. Okay, so, okay, next time it goes into that state, or rather, it maintains the amount of damage that you do. That's fair. I'm down.
He just spat something out. What's that?
Good question.
Are these guys shades too?
Oh, okay.
That thing's huge. This will be your most difficult battle to date.
Oh,
Ready
goodness.
your guard.
I'm digging this though. I like where this is going.
Die! 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 I'm gonna pull out your teeth
Kind of a neat
and cram them
mechanic.
up your ass!
That woman has a fouler mouth than one would expect.
I like her. I like her because she's got big old boobs, her ass is hanging out, and she's got a penis. So does her having a dick, like, mean anything? But yeah, I can't help but think of Weiss, like from Ruby. I've definitely been thinking about that. Pretty non-stop. Shit. Oh, wait. Ah. Christ. Wait. Oh, I'm supposed to shoot it. Ah, damn. Okay, I figured it out. Too late. Nearly $1 short. Okay, I'll get it next time. She's the perfect anime human. You have everything! Shit. Good cancel. Oh, okay, I hear what you mean. The arcane casting style and the color scheme? For me, it's just the name Weiss. Get me. What's up, Nier Cat? Pretty good. I'm tapping or working my way through. Oh, that's right. It's working my way through a sack full of buzz balls, so it's been a good evening. Watch out for the shockwave. Whoa! There was another one. Whoa! Ugh. You know what's interesting? This is kind of... It is kind of platinum-y in its like attack patterns and shit. Except I would die in like 3 hits if it were platinum. Except they're actually being somewhat nice to me. Giving me plenty of healing items. Wow, okay. Don't quite know what the iframes are on that roll. Get off the leg here. Shit, I'm not gonna get him. Maybe? Yeah! Cool! Backwards talking. No, the book's name is Weiss. Or Vice. Chris. Thought she shoved him out of the way. Heel to the chin.
I told you to stay out of the way.
Huh? Gonna shoot a Hadouken now.
Wait.
God, her boobs are going right. That's wild. Girl's laying down and they're still perky as shit. God bless anime. God bless video games. Everything about this is right.
I've never seen the like.
This one has been possessed by Shade. She exists as neither fully human nor other.
I guess half human is better than no human at all. But if that part goes, I'll cut her down like all the rest.
Cool. Oh, the magical arm. Alright. Scribblord, back. Had to walk the dog. Welcome back. Hopefully your dog is well walked, fully exercised. Oh man, she's so rough. She's so deep. Boobs with no nipples. This is how anime works. The nipples can move wherever they need to move. So stay out of the way.
I could deal with one, but both.
It's basically a sweet trick so you can show as much boob as you possibly can. There is a distinct lack of tan anime women. Yeah, They're pretty rare. Sometimes they drag that tint slider onto the other side. It's rare, but they do it.
I'm worried about you.
I'm a good dad. I need to go check on my daughter. My sweet baby girl. I think it was 10 mutton. Ow, fuck.
I think that's a wild boar.
Have you the skill to hunt one of those down?
Me. They're pretty angry bastards.
What, hit X until it dies? Oh. Alright. Check out. Ugh.
How can a stupid pig be so strong? It doesn't make sense.
This fool's got a lot of health. Gotta hit the hay resonator. Got Jewish brunch in the morning. Cool, man. Enjoy. I gotta kill this boar.
None of you will leave this place alive.
Calm down. You cannot prevail if you are blinded with rage.
Oh, there you are. Hey, buddy. There, fuck me. Jesus Christ, that took forever. Ugh. Like, senpai, you're going to bed tonight? Cool. Have a good sleep. Have a good sleep, my dude. I'm gonna keep playing this thing. Keep playing this thing. I'm gonna protect my daughter. And kill sheep. Because that's what they get for being sheep.
There must be a sealed verse inside that enormous shade. I'm sure of it.
What shit are you talking about?
Yeah, we could barely hold it off. And we had that
Oh,
girl
that.
helping us. We need to get stronger.
Fuck! Okay. Eat it. This is so hot in Cali, yeah. It got pretty toasty all of a sudden. I'm thinking we had a whole week of pretty low temperatures, so... Only seems fair to me. Yeah. Sheep got it. That's what happens. You don't get to kick me. Scout, it's a 60 in Michigan. Man. I'll take a little warmth as opposed to whatever terrible winters I'm sure you guys get. Ooh, Audie. Audie D. Thank you for the Twitch Prime sub. Appreciate that. Guys, finding that Being an adult is putting a strain on your time. Man. I can't tell, so it's weird. There are times in my adult life when I can just do nothing for a while. And like spend entire blocks playing video games, kind of like right now. But I get antsy after a while. And I think I did even when I was younger. I just didn't have anything else to do. So that antsiness didn't manifest in any way. Also, I have all these quests to deliver shit to that town, but everybody's locked up. So I'm guessing I can't do any quests until I figure out whatever's going on there? I don't know. Which has been mild recently? Yeah, it seems like it. I don't know what any of those items do. Does that give me magic or something? Doubles damage, house damage, silver, iron, clay, berries. Damn, I'm short one sheep. Why didn't I do that more? Skater Tony, what is this? This is an old game that pretty much nobody played. But I'm playing it now, so there you go. This is the, I guess, prequel to Nier Automata that came out on PC and consoles pretty recently. Such a good dad booty hole. He's a hero. Yeah, go to the other thing that you didn't do yet. Neural Automata. I don't think that they're that connected. Yeah, they're not. Or at least, from what I hear from people, they're not all that connected. I hear it's, there you gotta dig pretty deep into the lore to find the connection. Or to understand or appreciate the connection. I don't know, though. I'm enjoying the game under its own merits right now. It's weird. And I have a soft spot for Japanese developed games that came out in the 360 PS3 era. Because there weren't many of them. It was kind of the grand recession. Or maybe it was like a baton pass, you know? Japanese devs were king. You know, from like 86 to 2004. Like NES to PS2. The biggest games in the world were made by Japanese devs. Or maybe not the biggest, but the most renowned for sure. PC had some heavy hitters from like Europe and America. But they certainly weren't. They were not lead developers on the lead platform. And that kind of changed in 360 era. Suddenly it was Call of Duty. All those franchises, Assassin's Creed. So I kind of enjoy playing games from the twilight of Japanese dominance. It's wild though. Excuse me. That's why I've loved 2017 so far. There's been a number of releases from Japanese devs that have been great. It's Guardian, which was technically 2016, I guess, but Zelda, Breath of the Wild, so amazing. Nier Automata, Yakuza 0, Neo. Just a lot of good shit out of Japan. And it's really good. Really good to...
Oh.
Pretty sure I have 2 medicinal herbs. There we go. So all side quests are just for money? I guess so? Being an adult means being able to balance the time you spend on supporting yourself, as well as giving yourself aversions that help you not want to kill yourself when you realize that you're an adult. That until you die. I mean, Wicker Man, hopefully there's another point in there that's like time spent for the benefit of others. Not to get preachy, but that shit's pretty rewarding. Haven't played a Yakuza game. Is it like a better Shenmue? Yeah, Soda, that's a really good way of saying it. It's like Shenmue. It played at like 1.3 speed. It's much faster. The combat's a lot buttonier. Like you just hit more buttons, I guess. It's It's just more of a video game. Shenmue tried to be real life. Yakuza is like, what if we gave up on trying to recreate reality and just made a fun game in this weird, alternate, wacky version of Japan? That's kind of what Yakuza is. Let's see, where do they want me to go? Southgate, huh? Alright. I haven't played this many JRPGs or Japanese devved games in a long time. It's been a nice little throwback. Yeah, that's kind of how I look at it. Oh, you can ride on board, eh? I'm down with that. I guess in that regard there are... Looks like there are some side benefits to doing side quests. You unlock new stuff. Although, I mean, you can buy stuff, right?
Hey there!
Hey, listen.
Three herbs and
Hello.
3 berries. 3 royal ferns.
Hello.
Alright. Got another minstrel in here.
Whoa, wait.
Yeah.
But that's crazy town. You know how hard that's gonna be?
Crazy town. But yet still have a bomb-ass story. I love Yakuza.
Not as
Why is there
hard as
Panda?
watching Yona die.
So I played the original Yakuza when it came out on PS2. It was pretty good. And then I'm playing Yakuza 0. You're right though, the story's actually pretty good. It hangs together well, you know? I don't know. I tend to not hang most of my
Hey.
I tend to not necessarily let my appreciation or disappointment in a story affect my enjoyment of the game, but speaking of which,
No
man,
medicine
Stephanie...
in the works of man can hope to stand against it.
There has to be something.
Stephanie recently finished Bioshock...
Perhaps
What?
a drug exists to temporarily ease the pain, but none can truly eradicate the disease.
I would not shoot this crab, but I just like him running away.
Stephanie's playing Burial at Sea right now. She's chasing a scuttling crab around Rapture.
This is my dream.
Chasing a crab?
Yes, well, I mean, being in Rapture.
Yeah, just living in Rapture.
The crab, that's just a bonus.
I know I'm mostly being cynical because of my depression, but I see my time on this earth as an opportunity to reach out to those who might be going through similar issues and help them see that there is light in the darkness, hope for a better life. Plus, you never stop learning about life no matter how old you get. That's true. I think people do a good job of shutting out the ability to learn.
Hello.
But yes, I think... Oh, Jesus. This is what you spend money on. I agree. Ideally, people can spend their entire lives learning and growing as humans.
But if the legend is true, then I hold the key to saving your...
You gotta shut up.
Right.
Ha! That's the spirit.
Welcome, Shaq. Welcome to the stream. Living in Rapture with slicers, everything checks out. This is Burial at Sea, so it's the version of Rapture in which there wasn't a Fontaine-led uprising. So everything's swell in Rapture Land.
Hey, about that.
Man,
What's up?
Sandra Cohen's fucking art house film is real dumb.
No, it's art!
Yeah, that's the thing. The
Call it.
black tree.
What's the criminal mastermind challenge? Oh shit, Sandra, you got 3 pounds of crab legs. Woo! Woo! That's some good Sunday. What kind of emojis do I send a girl to tell her I have crabs? I guess it depends on whether or not you've slept with her yet. You're mine now. Alright. Actually, let me see what all the, don't recall exactly what controls were. But luckily, there's a handy tutorial here. Eh? Oh, there it is. Accelerate, control, hold to drift a boar. Cool. Yeah. Oh my god, you can drift boars. This is what somebody said to have the Euro be ready for. Doodly-doodly-doo. Doodly-doodly-doo-doo-doo. Oh, okay.
That villager is under attack. Oh, crap. That did not sound good.
Oh yeah, I dodge rolled.
Well,
whatever.
there's little point in
Can't even get to that village, so who gives a shit about that thing?
Yeah, I guess.
I'm trying to help you, bro. Looks like I killed something. That's a really interesting sound hit to have illustrate that one hand sword guard breaks. Since you're one yourself, why do so many Westerners infatuated with Japanese culture? It's different. That's why. That was easy. I think to a lot of people who grow up feeling like they don't necessarily feel at home with the culture that they were born into. Sandra, what did Soda do? Oh, whatever. For someone growing up in a sleepy sleepy conservative American town, anything Japanese is about as far away from oh, hold on. Oh. Guess it was an accident. Okay, Kalla's on it. Thank you, Kalla. Sorry, Soda. Bit of a flub. So I'm not going to say that this is the appeal, but it's part of the appeal for sure. It's just in how different it is from what you grow up with or what you're used to. And I think there's sort of a magic window where you're old enough to not necessarily just consume what you've been exposed to, but you have the sort of intellectual acuity to reach out and find things on your own. So there's an element of discovery to it as well. It's like, okay, now I'm old enough to do what I want, and I found this other thing that's so much different than, you know, the Christian cartoons and Disney movies I grew up with. And it's like, doesn't hurt that a lot of it is pretty sexualized, so if you're, 13, 14, it's just gonna blow your mind. So I think all those things kind of combine to make it a sort of, there's a magical age when being a weeaboo hits you real hard. And to a degree, maybe that's all it is. It sticks around for some people. Also, Wiser Panda kind of summarized it more effectively than I could, because anime is life, and our one true love. It's true. What's up, that guy with a sax of one? Welcome. Yeah, hit you right in your wing wang. Gives you real wingy jolt. This almost sounds like Square music, but it's a little too dissonant.
I'm so tired.
What is going on in this game?
Stairs are rough going on these old bones.
Is it Bioshock Infinite in the back? Sort of. It's Burial at Sea. So it is Bioshock Infinite, but in Rapture.
Can't let the lighthouse stay dark.
Oh, is Bruce streaming now? Anime helped me through some shit and just made me happy. That's about it. But with these shitheads I used to know, they keep putting me down even though I don't talk about it. I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, I think there's something also about Go Gooch or Go Guck. I'm not sure exactly how to say your name, but oh wait, Go Goochies? Go Gooches? I'm not sure. Anyway, I would say there's that element too. There is something that I think is intrinsic to Japanese culture where they are very plain and pure about how they express emotion. This is not something that Westerners do. It's not something that happens in Western communication. Japanese people will say out loud in words, in the most basic and eloquent way possible, how they feel. And there's something very heartening about that when you're getting older and you're having to deal with complicated adult relationships with other people who are also dealing with adult complicated relationships at the same time. So they're acting very erratically. You don't know how to interpret that. You also have just a thunderstorm of emotions in your inside. It's a very complicated and frustrating thing to live through. And there's a great amount of solace in something that's emotionally simple. Something that is adult on the surface of it. A lot of anime can have adult situations, but it's still expressed in a way that doesn't require a whole lot of nuance. And I don't mean to say that it's simple, but it's just conveyed in a different way. And when you're kind of expected to slip into like a dating scene or more adult communication roles where a lot of it's implied and it's a lot of body language and a lot of subtext and a lot of what wasn't said as opposed to what was, and a lot of the tone, and like it can be very frustrating to feel lost in all that, and in that sort of sea change that happens and how people talk and how people socialize, and especially when you put sex into it, it just gets so complicated. So again, there's that hot window, right, of suddenly interacting with other humans doesn't make sense anymore. But here's this thing where everyone says exactly what they think and exactly how they feel. At least I can go to that and feel like I at least know what's going on for a little bit. I think that's an aspect too. I think it is comforting. I think it does maybe not help, but it does ease the frustration of sort of acclimating to that new environment. Wow. Well, anyway, I'm 2 buzzballs in. See, it says shake it. What's that all about? Why would you tell somebody that? It's carbonated, dog. It's just gonna pop everywhere. My hand's still a little sticky. Dragon Maid 1 is one I've been watching, and Jesus, those titties. Yeah, it's weird, Wiser Panda, because there's some tid, but it's mostly just 2 girls girling out together. Oh yeah, Soda, I'm sorry, man. That was totally an accident. It sounds like Cinder's computer went nuts. Yeah, I apologize about that. I promise you that that's rare. Man, Wicker Man's also dropping some knowledge. I like it. Okay, actually, I'm gonna find a save point. I think we're gonna transition video games. Stephanie's playing Bioshock, and it gave me the fever. Hold on a second. If you want Jesus Those Titties anime, Sin Nanatsu no Taizai? I will check that out. It's got a 4 out of 10 on Anime Planet. Yep, looks like some tit. Looks like some tit. What was there was one that was like, I tried to watch and it was actually so gross. It kind of made me uncomfortable. God, what was it? It was the titty ninja one. Where like the bigger tits you had, the more powerful you were. And the like main character had a tit stealing ninja spell where she could steal the titties from other I don't know, man. It was fucking anime. And not in a good way. Was it Carlito's Way? I actually might have been Carlito's Way. So yeah, sorry, I'm just trying to run around and find a save point right now. That is some ass anime, yeah. Typical Cameron. What game am I playing? This is Nier, the original Nier, or rather one of the original Niers. But at the moment, I'm just trying to find a save point so I can start playing Bioshock 2. Which, by the way, that's what I'm going to play next. I finished Bioshock 1 a while ago. It was fun. It was good to go back. But Stephanie's playing of Bioshock is giving me the fever. So I gotta remedy that fever. Gotta medicate. Fuck, did I see blue? I did not. Mike's also in front of the mini-map, so... I know that save points, those little mailboxes are those... There it is. Oh, there you are, okay. Yes! Man Yuki Kensho. That's correct, Outsanity. That was like... I can handle some messed up stuff. But just like the violence towards women, the sort of like titillation of body mutilation, I wasn't down with that. And yeah, Wiser Pen, exactly. I can never watch that kind of anime that always made me feel dirty. I feel like Keijo like strikes the best balance. Where it's obvious that it's gross, but it's not like ashamed of it. It's that weird like shamed but not ashamed thing. I don't know. It was really just the violence against women thing. That angle really bugged me about Menu Kensho. And granted, and it was a little rapey too, just like a bunch of anime shit. It's like... I definitely know when anime does that thing, where it gets as close as it can, without actually doing the thing. And it's like, well, it's not... No, it's not violence against women because blank, or it's not rape because blank. Like, well, no, it is, and you're glancing up close to it because you know part of your audience wants that because they're sociopathic assholes. Keijo is self-aware. I enjoy that enzymatic. I mean, they're all self-aware to a degree. What I don't like is when they actively do really fucked up shit and then, like, wash their hands of it real quick. Just like, no, don't do that. Don't do that. Own it, asshole. Keijo is so lighthearted, but it doesn't try to play innocent about what it's doing. Yes, I think that's the best way to do it. I mean, it's ass and titties, like, it's gonna be lighthearted, alright? But why you didn't like the boob anime ninja shows like it? Yeah. High School of the Dead was kind of the same way. The adjacency of violence and objectification was too close. It made me... I mean, it did make me slightly uncomfortable, whatever, I don't mind being uncomfortable. It mostly just bugs me when a show... Seiken no Quasar's different. I'm down with Seiken no Quasar, because at least when it does dominatrix shit, it's very clear about what it's doing. It's none of that, like, weaseling out of dominatrix, like, pain-inflicting type stuff. No, it's very much, there's a ball gag in your mouth and I'm about to drip wax on you type stuff. It was honest. Seiken no Quasar was at least honest about what it was doing. I don't like that other stuff. The stuff where it thinks that it's just doing you a favor. Like, we'll just slide this one to your viewer. Yeah. Okay. I'm biased because Bebop's my all-time fave, but even Faye is sexualized. Yeah, that's just part of the machine. Oh, Kala's gonna get in this. I like it. One thing I learned is that you cannot launch any property in Japan without some kind of sexualized character. That's why Quiet was in Metal Gear Solid 5. That's why Cindy was in Final Fantasy 15. There's a whole economy around having a character that, like, models can cosplay, that people can cosplay, that you can sell figurines of. It's a thing. It's not a thing here. Actually, it is a thing. It's just a different kind of thing. It's just a thing. I don't know. It bugs me, and it's tough to say because I'm no expert. Despite, you know, being an expert. Totally an expert. But I'm also not an expert. And I don't know. It kind of bugs me when people... It's okay to take offense to that, but also recognize that there are cultural norms at play. Whatever, man. I can't tell people how to think. Give up on that a long time ago. Okay, we're gonna kick this into a break. I gotta go get a buzz balls. I'm up to 3. That's good. It's starting to kick in. Feeling pretty great right now. I'm not stopping, no. Transitioning games. So I'll be back soon. Enjoy my weird bumpers in the meantime. Oh yeah, male figures are sexualized too. Fireman? Absolutely, just in different ways. Fucking Yuri on Ice has some pouty lips. Some desperate glances. Some lithe yaoi hands caressing somebody's jawline. Tilting the chin up ever so delicately. Oh my. Cherry Frag says, I have a friend opening a cafe in Akihabara. They say they learned how important an iconic design mascot is for any company in Japan. Absolutely. A lot of round heads. What is the game in the background? That is Bioshock. That is Burial at Sea. I'm about to play Bioshock too. This is a Bioshock household. Typical Cameron, if you could cosplay anyone, who would you be? Travis Touchdown. Travis Touchdown. Man, I would love that so much. Alright. I'm going to be back soon. Get some more booze, get some more water. And I'll see you guys in a bit.
Stand by for command line testing.
Command line green, initial fleet in position.
Impact area, Manhattan. The region has been demolished.
7 minutes till Omega Boost launch.
Sistema de reserva listo.
Correspondence from the citizen. Sir, we've confirmed time shaft activation of Alpha Core.
A gravity wave has occurred. The hyperspace correspondence system will be down for 3 minutes.
Certain system. Coordinate Charlie 1